Hello everyone. Today we're going to learn how to configure auto attendant in Inform Voice. We will use the following example. When the call comes in, the system will play an introductory message and then a message containing the options for the caller to choose from. The options are as follows. If the caller doesn't dial anything or if the caller dials 0, we want the call to be routed to the office's operator. There are 3 offices, one in Chicago, one in Orlando, and one in Las Vegas. So we want to make sure that we reach the proper operator at the proper office. Then the caller might want to dial any of the extension numbers of any office, starting with 1, 2, or 3. Then we have 1-digit options to call departments directly, the sales department, tech support, and marketing department. And in this case, we need to make sure it reaches the department at the proper office as well. Then there's going to be an option to play the operating hours and then hang up. And finally, an option to listen to the options again. I included a label on the messages that need to be recorded. That label is actually the file name that we are going to use. And the file names follow a certain naming convention that's being recognized by Inform Voice. And here it is. The introductory messages are labeled AA introduction and a 4-digit number. The messages that include options for the caller to dial are named AA prompt and a 4-digit number. There are messages that don't include any option for the caller to dial. For example, the message that will play the operating hours, but the file name will be of the same type, AA prompt and the 4-digit number. Then the key is the number that the caller will select, and the prompt code is that 4-digit number that not only will be included in the file name, but it will also identify the proper position in the auto attendant tree when we configure it in Inform Voice. The table that you see next is the file format that need to be implemented for importing those sound files into Inform Voice. The customer might want to use a professional recording and have it done on any format, but then the file format needs to be converted to the one shown here. You can use any utility. I, for example, used Audacity, which is a free one, and Audacity even let me record the prompts. So if you don't have a professional recording, have to do it, with a customer's voice, you can use that utility to ask somebody to record the messages. Okay, so let's implement this example. We'll go to the IFV administrator. We'll go to the general tab. We open up the plus sign to open up my different options. And first we need to create the prompts. So the prompts are created in the section called Auto Attendant Prompts. I will open it up and you will see there are already 2 options there. Which are default, are created by the system when it's installed. So I'm going to create new ones and leave the original ones in place. So I will add a new prompt. So I will create the prompt for the Chicago office. So I will use the number 20002, which is my first prompt. I will say it's the Chicago prompt. This timeout will tell me how long is the system going to wait for the user to dial something. Um, 15 digits is too long. I will put 5. And now I will go through the options. So first, the timeout option. We said that we want to transfer the call to an operator. So let's say I use 1001 as Chicago's operator. I will use the same option for 0. Then in the case of 1, 2, and 3, I won't transfer to any particular extension, but I will transfer to either any number or any valid extension. I prefer any valid extension. It adds a safety measure. Okay. Um, then we have the same thing for the 2 and the same thing for the 3. In case of 4 or 5, 6, we are going to transfer to specific departments. So for example, to the sales department 1210, to the tech support department 1220, to the marketing department 1230. Then the next option was to play the operating hours. So in that case, we need a different prompt. So we will go to another prompt. In my case, I'm going to go to the prompt number 5. So this is the way we chain the different prompts and we build a tree. As for the option 9, it was an option to play the same options again. So I will go back to the same prompt 2 in order for the system to play this same prompt. Okay, let's check other possibilities that we are not using right now. We have the directory option, which allows the caller to dial 3 digits of the first name or the last name, and the system will try to find a name matching the characters entered by the caller. We have a hang up option that simply says goodbye and hang up. And we have a few options that are related to voicemail, which will be explained in a different video. Okay, so let's define this one as undefined, and we will save it. Okay. As you will see, the entry was created and it says it's not recorded. Also, if we go in, we will see that the system pre-populated the file name. So this is why we need to use that file name convention. Okay. So now we need to create the prompts for Orlando and Las Vegas. Why do we need a different prompt? Well, because we need to forward the options to different destinations, operator and group addresses. So what I will do is I will create the options real quick, the prompts real quick, and I will show you how it looks like when I finish. So here is how it looks like for Chicago and Orlando prompts. So the Orlando prompt is right here. It will tell me that the prompt is not recorded, and you will see now I'm transferring to 2001 as operator instead of 1001, and I'm transferring to group numbers starting with 2 for the Orlando office in case of the sales, marketing, and tech support areas. Then the option to play the operating hours is the 5, and the option to return to the same menu is the 3, because this is the prompt number that we should return to. The same as will happen with Las Vegas. Now we are going to add the prompt for the operating hours. The prompt will be the 5, and we will say operating hours. Now, in this case, we are going to say that the prompt contains just a message. So it will disable all the options, and I have an option to return, would be the option to return to the previous menu in terms of the prompts before this message was played. Then there is an option to return to the starting prompt, to go back to the beginning of the tree. And finally, an option to hang up after playing this message, which will be the option we will choose. As you can see now, the system lets us know that it is an announcement and not a regular prompt. Okay, so now we have to deal with the recordings themselves. I pre-recorded messages and I already used the file name convention. So I will upload those files into Inform Voice. In order to do so, it's very easy. I need to go and open my share in the Ubuntu server. And then I will go to the spherical share. I will go to media server. I will go to auto attendant. And here I have the original prompts, the default prompts, and I have an EN folder. So I will select the EN folder. And what I will do is I will open another File Explorer window, and I will go to the place where I stored the files I recorded. All those. I will Control C, and then here I will Control V, paste. And I will also paste it in that root folder of the media server AutoAttend. And that's it. I will here refresh. And now you will see the system recognize that the prompts are there. Not only that, I can also go and play them.
If you know your party's extension number, you can dial it now. For sales, press 4. For tech support, press 5. For marketing, press 6. To listen to our business hours, press 7. To listen to the options again, press 9. To speak with the operator, press 0 or wait in line. Thank you.
Okay, so we got the prompts, we got everything in place. Now we need to create the scheduling. So we will go to the auto attendant scheduling. We will open up. We have a default scheduling, but I will create 3 different schedules because I will use 3 different offices. So we will add, I will create a schedule for Chicago. And this is how we're going to do it. We are going to create from Monday to Friday, and we will start at 8 a.m. because those are the operating hours for this system. We will select the introductory message, and we will select what's going to happen, which will be the Chicago prompt. Okay, so now this starts at 8. So now our operating hours for this company is from 8 to 6. So now we will add an option from Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. You can see if you want to specify minutes, you can specify in sections of 15s. Now we will use the same introduction. Now, what happens at 6 p.m.? Well, everybody leaves. It's kind of a night mode. What do we do on a night mode? Well, we can create a prompt with different options for the caller. Or in this case, we're going to do something simple. We are going to just play the announcement of the operating hours, which is a prompt that already exists, operating hours. Okay? So these operating hours can be used either here or either inside the tree. Doesn't matter. Okay? And that's it. And you will see our schedule starts Monday to 8 and plays the day prompt for Chicago, and then Monday at 6 plays the operating hours and hangs up. Now the next prompt is the next day at 8 a.m. The next change is the same day, Tuesday at 6 p.m. and so forth. Okay. So now we need to create similar schedules for Chicago and Orlando and Las Vegas. So I will create them and I will show how they look like. I completed the assignment for Orlando and Las Vegas, and I will show you how Las Vegas looks like, for example. As you can see, at Monday at 8 p.m., we play first the introductory, and we play the Las Vegas prompt for the options that the caller will dial for Las Vegas. Then Monday at 6 p.m., we play the same welcome message and then the operating hours, and we will hang up. And this will repeat on Tuesday through Friday. The only difference between Chicago and Las Vegas is we are choosing here a different prompt. Finally, we need to create a number that triggers all this. So first, we will need to create those numbers. So we will go to the numbering plan, and we will create a media server address. Why it's a media server address? Because the media server is the entity that handles everything related with voice. Not only auto attendant, it deals with some other features that are subject to different videos, and they are all encompasses into this media server framework. So I need to create a number that will identify each office. I will put 5001 for the Chicago office. The type will be auto attendant, and I will make sure it's on the proper zone. And I will create the same media server address with different number for Orlando. And for Las Vegas. Okay, now that I have my pilot numbers for the auto attendants, we will go back to the general tab and we'll choose media servers. The media servers are the actual entities. I will define under each media server, because we can have one media server uh, per UCM in case we have more than one UCM. So I will go to the services tab here, and here are the list of services that this media server will supply. In this case, nothing is supplied. There are some services that are defaulted, but as you can see, no channels are assigned to them. media server supports 256 ports, and those 266 ports can be spread out into different services or can be even shared by the services. So now we will add the media server services. I can have to add by one. So I will add the Chicago auto attendant. Then I will add the Orlando auto attendant, and then I will add the Las Vegas auto attendant. Now, as you can see, there is a schedule name and it's labeled default. Here is where I select the proper schedule for this proper pilot number. So I will select here Chicago. For the auto attendant for Orlando, I will select Orlando, and for Las Vegas, I will select Las Vegas. Now, what I will need to do, as you can see, I can share the 256 ports between the three auto attendants. And I will hit OK. It will take a little because now it will create kind of extensions for those auto attendants, virtual extensions. So it will take a little bit. Now that the configuration of the auto attendant is completed, we have to make sure that there is a DID number that routes a call to the auto attendant for that office. So let's check that real quick. We have the mapping lists. We open up the ID mapping list, and we have a DID mapping for the trunk of Chicago. And as you can see, we have an entry here that says 1-847-545-1000, and it's routed to 5001, which is the auto attendant for Chicago. And with Orlando, we did the same. Here we have 1-407-555-2000, and it's routed to extension 5002, which is not what I wanted, so I will fix it. So I just change here extension to media server address, because if I keep extension, the mapping list will fail. So I'm glad I reviewed it so I could fix it. So with that, we completed the auto attendant assignment, and I thank you, and I see you in the next video.